by no accident that we're here on today. About 3 miles from here, earlier this afternoon, rather this morning, President Obama unveiled the Buffett law, Buffett tax, that talked about the equity in our taxing process. That there are millionaires who are paying less taxes than their secretaries. The principle that he was rolling out was economic inequity, and calling for America in a few days to be just and fair for the 96% of Americans who make less than $250,000. It is our principle, as I call on this afternoon, to call not for economic parity, but for parity and justice. For us to be at this place now some 40 plus days, and there still is not any arrest or any warrant, is a grave injustice. About 30 days ago, Reverend Sharp and I were in Alabama marching to commemorate Dr. King's march from Selma to Montgomery. And the reporter asked a pointed question: why are you all still marching? All of these years later, have you not arrived? Is the struggle not over? While it is that we were coming across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, is when we got alerted about Trayvon Martin, and we realized that the struggle still continues. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, Time magazine made a critical point. They said that the person of the year was the protesters. We thanked all of the attorneys and the family and Reverend Sharpton and the National Action Network, but we owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to the thousands of people around the country who have stood with us, from New York to Orlando, pastors who wore hoodies, preachers and churches who began to pray all over this country, even from London and even the Caribbean, who stood with us in a unified front. Dr. King said an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth will leave a community blind and toothless. It is our aim, it is our intention that we will not execute on any level of violence. We owe, ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous commendation to the thousands of young people and college students who have converged on college campuses in a peaceable manner to lift their voice and to even to share their distaste with what it is that's taking place. Let me give my regrets to the press because I need you to know that your tagline is going to be different, that the only campaign that's going to be suspended this week is Rick Santorum's. But the campaign for justice will continue until George Zimmerman is apprehended. It is our intention to maintain our march and to maintain our voice and to maintain our resolve. And let it be said to all of the opponents of this campaign that the greatest form and the greatest sign of patriotism has been, in fact, exuded and exemplified by the parents of Trayvon Martin, who still have confidence in the justice system, still have confidence in the Constitution, and still have confidence that FLA are going to step up to the plate. Let me say to those of you who are, in fact, assembled around the world, that we are, in fact, resolved to believe that this family is due closure. And not only are they due closure, they are due justice. Whoever it is that they are, whether they are the attorneys or the advisors of George Zimmerman yesterday, because it is that they never met him, have never seen him, and have not, in fact, been able to give a due diligence of him. Let me say to those attorneys that we are, in fact, the family and the friends of the supporters. Every day that there is not an arrest, we are suffering from post-traumatic stress. This is a level of tremendous anxiety for all of us. Every day that our children walk outside of their own house and we don't know as parents whether or not they will return, that is stressful. Based off of what it is that they have on, not what it is that they are doing, that is stressful. To know that this young man was not in a nightclub, was not in an alley, was not with the wrong company, was by himself to his father's house, who was active in his life when so many times the press has reported about black fathers not stepping up. He was a father who stepped up to the plate and was accountable and responsible in his son's life. And so we ask, we plead with the state of Florida and with the attorney that she will, in fact, please hasten to arrest of George Zimmerman. It is right, it is constitutional that we have a speedy trial. I don't know how fast is speedy in your interpretation, but 40 plus days is fast enough for us to slow down and get an arrest. And if, in fact, you do not know where he is, George Zimmerman, if you are watching, because your attorneys say you're watching TV every day, please, if you will, since you've got some free time, confess your sins, and God will be faithful and just to cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Thank you.